Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. What is today? The 16th of March, 2022. I want to welcome everybody here. Thank you so much for showing up. I really appreciate it. If you don't mind, give me a thumbs up before we get started. There's a thumbs up button there. It means so much to me. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down there. And the most important, turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live or if I upload a video. Hey guys, we're going to be talking about social media today, but you are part of the conversation. Jump in there, say something, say hello. I don't know, tell me what your weather is. Thomas, what's going on, buddy? I am here once again and looking forward to the words of wisdom about social media marketing. Well, I'm going to share some stuff with you. I hope it's wisdom-like. I don't know. I'm going to do my best. But thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. I appreciate all you guys being here. Got a good starting crowd today. Guys, I really appreciate it. And I'm going to walk you through what all this social media stuff is, how to really look at it, how to use it. I mean, these are free tools for you to use to grow your business. So this should be really helpful to you. If you have a business online, pop in here and, ask any questions about it. Tell me who you are so I know who you are in here. I want to get to know you. I know a lot of people that show up on these lives. They're here all the time, and I really appreciate getting to know you guys. I think that's pretty cool. That's what life's all about. It's not about sitting in a corner and being by yourself. I mean, it's meant to enjoy life with other people. And that's why I love you guys, man. I mean, it's so cool to be around you. It's so cool to talk to you. It's really pretty amazing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get some of my notes pulled up if you don't mind. But like I said, even if I'm talking about stuff in social media and you've got another question, I don't know, about emails or whatever it is, feel free to ask me. And I apologize, I'm using my hand up here, but to help my screen get bigger, I do have the mouse right here. I'm going to try to use the mouse the majority of the time. What I want to do real quick is go through what the major social media platforms are. You probably know these. I get that. But it's good just to go over them. But more importantly, it's good to go over them and kind of see who's using them and how you should use them. So that's what I'm going to do first. The first one up is Facebook. And feel free to make any notes on this stuff. Put it off to the side or whatever. Facebook, primarily, the people that you're going to find on Facebook are 25 to 34 years old and baby boomers. So there's kind of like a jump between those two demographics. You're not going to find people below 25. It's just not where they go anymore. The kind of content you're going to see on Facebook is really going to be like photos and links and information. You'll see some live videos, but man, they don't work too well on Facebook. I will tell you that. So your strategies on Facebook are going to be local marketing, advertising, and relationships. And it's really kind of a weak organic reach. Facebook doesn't really show your organic stuff. When I say organic, when you're not paying to put stuff up there, when you're just like posting stuff, they're not going to show it to too many people. So that's not your way to go. Next one up is going to be YouTube, and we're on YouTube right now. Heck, we're on Facebook and YouTube right now. We're on both of those platforms. And that's going to be in YouTube. What we found is 18 to 25-year-olds and 26 to 35-year-olds. And I'll tell you, that is my demographic. The majority of the people that watch my channel are 18 to 35. And I know I'm older than that. And I know there's people on here that are older than that right now. But I'm just telling you, that's what my demographics are. As far as content on YouTube, how-to videos work really well. Webinars, explainers, those type of things work well. So the strategy you want to use on YouTube is different than that of Facebook. On YouTube, you're going to be using organic, you're going to be using SEO, and of course, advertising. All these platforms are going to have some form of advertising. And of course, video is really resource heavy, but video is where it's at on YouTube. That's it. I mean, if you want to do a video, you should be on YouTube. The next one up is going to be Instagram, and the demographics are 18 to 24 and 25 to 34 in there, and it's mostly millennials. And you want to have, as far as Instagram goes, you're going to want to have like inspirational type stuff, adventures, questions, polls, that type of thing. That's what Instagram is really good at. As far as what you should do, you'd want to do like e-commerce, you'd want to do organic, you'd want to do influencer stuff. But I will tell you, Instagram has a pretty high cost. So, if you're looking to keep your costs down, that wouldn't be where you want to go, but they do get good results. Next one up is Twitter. We all have Twitter, and I don't use Twitter as much as I should, but it's there. And their demographics are basically 25 to 34 and 35 to 49. So it's a little bit older. They're more educated. They're more wealthy. I know Elon's on there every day. He makes a little bit of money. And they're primarily going to be news, discussion, humor, that type of thing on Twitter. A lot of humor on Twitter. The other day, Elon challenged Vladimir Putin to a one-on-one fight, which I thought was pretty funny. But he won a fight over the Ukraine, which I thought was hilarious. Now that's mostly going to be like customer service. It's going to be used for that. Ads for mails. That's what works well there. And it also is small ad audience on there. So that's a little bit hurtful. Next one up there is LinkedIn. I'm not a big user of LinkedIn. However, I want to cover all these things just because I don't use them doesn't mean you don't want to use them. And it's mostly 46 to 55-year-olds. They're professionals. Long form comment seems to work there the best. And core values are the things that people look for. It's mostly business to business, organic, international. Those are the type of things that you're going to see on that platform. So now that we've looked at what these platforms are, let's kind of talk about what it is and what you're going to use it for. And social media marketing really is a form of digital marketing that leverages the power of popular social media networks. This helps you achieve marketing and branding goals, but it's not just creating business accounts and posting when you feel like it. Social media is a lot of work, guys. It requires involving a strategy with measurable goals that include things like maintaining and optimizing your profiles. You got to keep all that up to date, posting pictures, videos, stories, live videos that represent your brand and attract relevant audience. Now, it's funny when I talk about this and I talk about all the work you got to do, people don't want to hear that you got to do a lot of work. They just don't want to hear that. And guys, don't forget to use that chat section. Just because I'm talking, go ahead and use that chat section. I can jump from my content to talking to you guys, and I do want to talk to you guys. So make sure you're using that. There's enough people in here where we could get some good conversations going. What's Paul got to say there? Paul says, what's going on, Paul? Good to see you this morning, buddy. Over there in Arkansas. Facebook would be good, but the lack of customer support is horrible. It is horrendous. It is, Paul, you nailed it. It is horrendous. You can't talk to anybody about anything. And the fact checkers are horrible too. Yes, they are. So you must have had some experience, Paul. Why didn't you put what happened to you on there? It's kind of interesting. I've lost accounts galore on there, so I don't mess much with Facebook anymore. Even though I have courses on how to do Facebook ads, and they're great courses, I personally don't do it as much anymore. I'm leaning more towards YouTube. Paul says, I'm seeing more people developing platforms like Rumble. Yes, my wife is on Rumble, and she's trying to push me over there. And I don't know, maybe I'll go. I really do like YouTube. I haven't had any problems. I know some people have a lot of their stuff demonetized and have problems. Or Trump's new platform. Yeah, I saw Trump's new platform, and I went to sign up for it. And it put me on a waiting list. So I'm still on a waiting list. So I'm not actually in it. So I can't say it's good or bad or indifferent or anything right now because I haven't seen it, and I don't know what it is. So also, you're going to use these things for comments, shares, likes, monitoring your reputation, that type of thing. You can also follow and engage with your followers, customers, influencers, and you can kind of build a community. That's what we've done on this channel here. We're in the 6,000s, almost 7,000 subscribers on this channel, and it's growing. It's not growing as fast as I want, but it's growing, and I'm happy with you guys, and I'm happy with the direction it's heading. And also, social media marketing includes a lot of paid advertising, where you can pay to have your business appear in front of large volumes of people, and primarily on Facebook. That's the only way you're going to appear in front of people because they don't really do any type of showing of your content, because everything in that news stream is where they make their money. And if they're showing generic content or organic content, they don't make any money. That's different from YouTube because that is their content, is your video. So they do want to show it to people. And when they show it to people and they engage, they can run ads and they can make money. And it's all about making money. Don't believe it's not about making money, because it is about making money. Let's see here. What what did you get to say, Paul? Currently in Facebook jail, are you? And not allowed on lives and can't post on my pages. And do you know why, Paul? I mean, put in there if you know why, because, I hear stuff like this from a lot of people and they don't have a clue why this stuff happened to them. So, maybe you can let me know. Let's see here. Mark Cuban behind a new channel called Fireside. Really, I don't know about Fireside. That's kind of interesting. I'd like to hear about it. And you know what? As people get frustrated with these social platforms, they move on to something else. Somebody else comes up with something. Not all these platforms are all knowing and doing. All right. So what are some of the benefits of social marketing or social media marketing? Social media marketing really is the most effective free channels to market your business today. And there's reasons for it. It will humanize your business. Social media enables you to turn your business into an active participant in the market. You can actually go out there and talk to people. Your post, your profile, all these interactions, the forums that you have make you an approachable persona. So it does humanize your business. And it also does help you drive traffic. So if you want traffic, between all the links and stuff you could post, blog posts, all that kind of stuff, your ads, social media is really a top channel for increasing traffic to your website, where you can actually then convert people and sell them whatever product you have or whatever service you have. It's also a great place to generate leads and customers. You can generate these leads and conversations, through, like, say, Instagram or Facebook shops, direct messaging. You can have call to action buttons on your profile, and appointment booking. You can do some of that. It also helps you increase your brand awareness. I know it's helped us a lot there. The visual nature of social media platforms allows you to build your visual identity across vast audiences, okay? You can improve your brand awareness. And your brand awareness means that other people are going to notice you when you do campaigns. If you're running ads or something, if they've already seen you in social media doing free stuff, then of course they're going to be more likely to buy from you. And I think the biggest thing, and that's what we do on this channel, is to build relationships. They open up more of a direct and indirect line of communication with you and your followers, where you can network, you can, gather feedback. You can connect directly with individuals. You can hold discussions. All these things are super, super important. And I think it's important that I go through these and kind of explain what they are first, because if I don't explain what they are, you're not going to know how to use it. Let's see here. What has Paul got to say? I like how a couple people are using VA, virtual assistant, to push out content. One guy out of Canada has assistant do the work, including transcript for blog. Have no idea what caused problems. Yeah, I know. And that's the thing. If you contact Facebook, they don't even tell you. And I know I had one in there and I kept appealing it, and they said, you've appealed it enough times, we won't look at this anymore. I'm like, well, you've never talked to me. You've never said anything to me. So that's very frustrating. I know I sold off a lot of my Facebook stock when all that happens. Okay, maybe, and I think it was a smart thing to do, because I've seen Facebook stock really dive. All right, so let's talk about social media statistics, okay? Is it really useful? The average US spends about 2.25 hours on social media every single day. That's a lot. Now, I spend more time on it, but I spend more time on it creating than I do reading, okay? So right now I'm gonna spend like 30 minutes with you guys talking about this stuff, and that's a half hour of my 2.25 hours. Over 70% of the people who have a positive experience with the business on social media will recommend that business to their networks. So guys, it's really important that you don't get into fights with your customers. Okay, that's not what it's there for. Facebook users click on 12 Facebook ads on average every single month. So the ads do work. 81% of the people use Instagram to research products and services. That's pretty interesting. And nearly 80% of Twitter users feel more positive about a business when they get a response to their tweet. And I've used it that way too. I've contacted businesses. 4 out of 5 people on LinkedIn drive business decisions, and 46% of TikTok users engage in the app without any other distractions. So it is getting used, okay? And it's getting used a lot. So what are the essentials? What are the things that you need to do? Well, first off, you got to have knowledge of your audience. You got to figure out what platforms they're actually on. When they go on them, why do they go on them? What content do they like? Who else is following? Who else are they following? So you can kind of see what they're doing. You also got to set up your brand identity. What is your message that you want to convey to your audience? How do you want them to feel about viewing your content? What do you want them to do? What's your content strategy? There's a level of spontaneity on social. I get that, but you really do need a structured content strategy to be able to have a consistent voice and produce quality content regularly. Super important that you do that. Okay, I see a couple other comments here. Let me jump in here and grab those guys. Yeah, there we go. Paul says, the one person I know has spent over $2 million and never got told why he was banned. Buddy, I know this is craziness, right? He finally made a new page and started over. Fortunately, he had a small list to get people off Facebook. Yeah, I hear this time and time again. As a matter of fact, I was listening to the Best Ever Food Review Show. I don't know if you ever watched that, Paul, with Sonny. And he has just spent the past 2 weeks in the Bahamas and Jamaica. And he's made a bunch of videos, I mean, really cool, where he goes out with the people in the woods and they trap an animal and they cook it and they do all this. And he says every single video that he did on this platform right here on YouTube got demonetized because what was happening was they were saying it was shocking content and it was just trying to get people to click. And it wasn't shocking content. It was just different than the average American does. And I'll give you an example. If he were to take a raw chicken and cut it up on a cutting board in the kitchen, that's fine, because that's what the average American does. But he was going out in the woods and they would actually kill a wild boar and cook it over a fire. And since that is not an American norm, they said that was shocking content. And when it was shocking content, they had to demonetize him. And it's interesting how that demonetization works, because that doesn't mean they won't still run ads and collect money. They just mean that you won't get part of it. So what he was trying to do is he was trying to cut out areas that he thought was offensive, but the problem was it kind of destroyed the video, because that's what the video was about. So it is kind of interesting. A lot of these platforms, the norms, the social norms, are based on what Americans do on a daily basis, but there's no way to educate Americans about the rest of the world if that's the only thing you do. Also, you want to look at analytics, guys. Quantifiable insights will inform your strategy, including who you're reaching, the right content to share, the best times to share. You got to look at the stuff. You can't just post it and not look at it. And you got to have regular activity. Social media is a real-time platform. If you want to use it to grow your business, you need to post regularly. I post 3 videos a week that are recorded, and I do anywhere from 2 to 4 lives a week. So that, I can stay in touch with you guys. And I have to do that, because if you don't ever hear me and you don't ever see me and you don't know my opinions of things, you're not as likely to engage with this platform. Hey guys, keep those comments coming. There's a bunch of you on here right now and you're not participating. And let me do my little speech about this. Let me explain something to you. I learned this years ago and I want to share it with you. This is vastly important to you growing your business. If you want to grow your business, you can't sit back and learn. You've got to become part of the conversation. And what I mean by that is, on a live like this, you need to say hello. You need to say, hey, JR, this is what I'm doing. You need to say, hey, JR, I have a question about this. You need to participate. Look at what Paul's doing now. Paul always participates a lot. And I know a lot of you do. I'm not picking on anybody, but I'm just saying, do it more. That chat section should be filled with comments. And it doesn't have to be anything profound. You don't have to worry about what anybody thinks of you. You've got to get over that hump. Guys, we only have this one life. This is it. This is it, guys. And I know some of you believe we're going to get reincarnated and have 20 lives. I don't believe this. I think this is it. And since this is it, I want you to know that you've got to participate. You've got to type something in there. You got to say something. Even if you tell me the weather is, even if you say, hey, JR, my name's, I don't know, Mohammed from Bangladesh. Put that in there. And there should be a lot of Mohammeds from Bangladesh because I have a big audience there. So when you're creating the social media marketing plan, guys, the first thing you want to do is choose your platforms. Decide where your customers are and actually do those particular things. Okay, decide on those platforms. Somebody's sending me a side message here. Let me look and see what this is. Give me 1 second. All right, let me go here. JR and Billy. No, I want to go to this one here. Excuse me 1 second. Okay, good morning. Okay, that's something else. My assistant, I apologize, guys, is sending me a message because he's trying to get a loan for his house in the Philippines. And in the middle of this, he's like, hey, can you help me out with this loan? So anyhow, that's what's going on off to the side, which is kind of funny. Let's see here. Paul's going to comment. I appreciate Paul. Thank you so much for your comments. They mean a lot. Okay. And we've got another person in here too. It says, first time here, ZA Electrical Limited. Welcome, ZA Electrical Limited. Good to have you here. And if you have a YouTube channel, I mean, I know you have a YouTube name here, ZA Electrical Limited. Let us know. And if it's something you want people to go to and subscribe, you can jump in here and you can, promote your channel. I don't mind doing that at all. A lot of people say, well, I don't want people to, come into my channel and then go subscribe to somebody else's. Why not? You're not them. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. It's no big deal. There's plenty of people to go around. There's 7 billion people in the world. You share, guys, share. Paul says, I wonder what the next thing will be to replace YouTube. I see podcasting as a medium is getting huge and a lot of development on new channels and podcast platforms. I agree with you. And my wife has a podcast, Paul, which I'm sure you know about. And that's the Pet Parenting Reset. You can find that on all the podcast platforms, and she interviews people from veterinarians to dog food manufacturers because she's into training people in pets. And Pet Parenting Reset is showing you how to relate to your pet and learn your pet and take care of your pet in a good way, all positive stuff. Paul says also, by the way, Will Ferrell is keynote at Podcast Movement Evolutions next week with YouTube, is also going to be in attendance there. That's really cool. Will Ferrell, huh? Love that guy. Funny guy. Love him. That's very interesting. Oh, good. I'm starting to get comments now. You guys are waking up. You are waking up. Thank you. Great interaction and energy. Thank you so much, ZA Electrical Limited. And you know what, ZA Electrical, post in here what you do. People would love to hear about what you do and what you're doing. And I'm telling you, my audience will latch on to you. They'll love you if you're doing something. Paul's already, see what I say? Paul's already saying, ZA Electrical, welcome to the information party. And yeah, okay. Paul has named this the information party. Maybe I'll run with that. But once you've chosen your platform, guys, you're going to want to set your goals and objectives. What do you want to do? Do you want to get signups? Do you want to get people to buy your products? Do you want to get them to watch your webinars? Do you want to build your email list? What are you looking to do? Okay. It's hard to judge if something's successful if you haven't set out in the beginning what you want to do. And you got to report and adjust regularly. You want to use each platform's analytics to identify which posts generate the most engagement. I'll tell you, I go into YouTube analytics usually twice a day just to see what's going on. And sometimes I'll go in there twice and it hasn't changed yet because at a certain time of day it changes, which I haven't figured that out. Let me get another sip. So it's a really good way to go about it. All right. So if you're ready to get started with this social media marketing, there's a few social media marketing tips to kick it off. Create diverse content. You don't know what's going to work yet. So you want to do how-tos, quick tips, local and industry news, data insights, polls, questions, contests, updates, announcements. Do all these things so you can figure out what works. You're not going to know in the beginning. And it's different for every business, every industry, every niche. So you're going to try a whole bunch of different things. You want to stay consistent, okay? Don't quit. I have consistently been posting on this channel for about 2.5, 3 years now. I've had the channel since 15, 16, but I wasn't consistent in the beginning. So I didn't do well in the beginning. Now I've done a whole lot better. Now I make more money. And don't just post, participate, talk to people like what I'm doing now. Acknowledge it when somebody puts a comment in there. If somebody's commenting, guys, they're trying to have a conversation with you. If you don't respond, they're going to lose your channel. They're going to go someplace else where somebody does respect that they're trying to converse with you, okay? Super important that you do that. And guys, I really do appreciate your comments. We've been getting a lot today, but put more in there. I want you to bombard me with comments to where I can't even get to my subject matter, to where I have to talk to you guys. And I don't mind doing that. And don't also put it in just one place. You want to repurpose, repost, recycle, create a Facebook post from a customer review. Splice it up in a blog post. Repost to be done in moderation, of course. You don't want to repost all the time, but you can also recycle it. Post your TikTok videos and Instagram reels on YouTube, and reshare your top performing blog post every single month. People will love that. Curate your own feed. People are always looking for ways to show up in other people's feed, but we forget that there's value to be derived from our own. Follow your competitors so you can keep tabs on it. I do this a lot. Get ideas. You can adapt for your own strategy from your competitors. Check them out too. Measure your success with analytics. And don't forget, you can advertise, guys. These are good ways to advertise. You've got Facebook ads, you got Pinterest ads, you got Instagram ads, you got YouTube ads. All these ads can really help you invest in your business. And I think, the best social media platforms really for marketing a business are going to be Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. I think those are all the best ones. Those are the ones that work better than anything else. And guys, any comments you have, please put those in here now. Let's see here. I do have some comments. Hang on one second. Let me jump over here. Let's see. ZA Electrical. Man, I like that you're participating, ZA. You're going to do well, I can tell. Electrician and SEOer trying to build a website to compartmentally sell SEO backlinks, traffic, and content. Very cool. That's very cool. That's very interesting too. And oh my gosh, electrician and SEO, or if you're an electrician right now, there's probably so much business out there. I'm in Texas, and I swear to you, every street corner has something either being built on it or that street corner is for sale. It's amazing here how much construction is going on. Any tips on software to push out materials to different platforms? Also, when's the next food video? Hootsuite is what I use, Paul. We use Hootsuite every day. I'm grandfathered in because I've had it for about 4 or 5 years, so it's super cheap for me. I have about 5 food videos that are all sitting in the editing stage right now. So those will be coming out. Gosh, I would think within the next week, you're going to see another one, and then you're going to see a bunch of them coming out. I'm doing a crab cake one that's going to be coming out too, which is a Maryland style crab cakes. I've made them for years. My wife loves them. And guys, if you don't know, I have another channel called Restaurant Quality Recipes. It's on YouTube, so you can look up Restaurant Quality Recipes, J.R. Fisher. You got to put my name in there too, because other people have used that name. But I also have that channel too. Any other comments, questions, suggestions, guys? Put it in that chat box. I know the majority of the questions are coming from about 20% of the people. But you know what, guys? You got to participate. I told you this in the beginning. It's so important. Even if you just say hello, that matters. Paul says, what thoughts on optimal amount of posts per week? I can see doing taped videos as great and develop cash to dole out. Do you feel that 30 minutes is optimal length? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. Here's what I know. The more you post content, the better off you're going to be and the more you're going to grow. I would say to even keep up with your competition, you're going to have to post 2 or 3 times a week, something. You're going to have to. I know going to be publishing Sean, gosh, I can't think of Sean's last name now, but he has a channel about exercise and motivational and all that. And he will post 5 or 6 times a day. 5 or 6 times a day, he'll do a video. And that's pretty amazing. That's a lot of posting, but he's really grown his channel. He has a lot of subscribers. The channel has grown and grown and grown. So the answer to this is as much as you possibly can. And I think a lot of times we try to, let's say you said the thing about 30 minutes. We think, well, okay, I'm going to do 30-minute videos. And oh my gosh, I only have time to do 2 of those a week. Well, in the meantime, supplement it with a 20-second message to people. Supplement it with a 2-minute motivational video. Supplement it with a behind-the-scenes look of 15 seconds of what's going on in your office today. So supplement with some of these small things. You don't have to always do a 30-minute video, though those work. And I've seen a lot of my competitors doing an hour or 2-hour long, videos. And I asked you guys about that. I didn't get a lot of response on it. But do you want to see a longer video format like that where you can talk to me for an hour or 2 in the evening or on the weekend? I don't mind spending the time with you guys and doing that. So if that's something that interests you, send me a message, post in the comment section. If this video isn't live, post it in the comment section, post it in the chat section there. Let me know, do you want to see a longer form content on here? And you guys, don't forget to post some more. I'm telling you to. I don't see any more posts. I want to see more posts. Paul's doing all the work. He's doing all the heavy lifting. So on email, what are you currently using? I use Kartra 100%, Paul. That's all I talk about is Kartra. There is a link for Kartra below in the description. Once this video is up and it's not live, it's not going to be there while it's live. But after it's not live, you will see a link to Kartra. And you can watch a video and see what Kartra does. It's amazing. Kartra has made me millions of dollars. I was one of the first adopters. I got the beta version of Kartra when Frank Kern was still involved, and I'm thinking 2016, maybe 17. I'm trying to remember when it first came out, and I've had it ever since. And keep in mind, I've tried all the other ones. Okay, I've tried Constant Contact. I tried Aweber. I tried Infusionsoft, which turned into Keep. I've tried them all. Okay, I want to say all. There's too many out there for me to try them all. That's a dumb statement. I've tried a lot of them. Okay, and Kartra is by far one of the best, and you get the most for your money. That's the part I like. So all in all, guys, to wrap this up, social media is the you know what it is. You got to use it though. You got to, I schedule these early morning things, and to people on the outside, they go, "Oh wow, that's so easy, JR. You just sit there and talk for 30 minutes, a couple times a week. I mean, you don't hardly do any work at all." Now, before this comes up, I have to make a thumbnail. Okay, that thumbnail has to be posted, and then I have to schedule it. I have to schedule it on Facebook. I have to schedule it on YouTube, and then I got to put together an email, and then I have to send that email out to people, and then I've got to actually prepare all the content. I don't just sit here and talk, guys. I have a guide on the screen here. I have notes on the screen here, and I go through and make notes about stuff that I know is going to help you guys. So doing a little video like this 30-minute Q&A thing, it's some work. I mean, it's stuff we got to do. But you know what? What else are you going to do? Hang out and watch Netflix the entire day? I hope not. Thoughts on multi-camera shoot. I kind of like how Henry Kaminsky does his shoots and his home setup. I've done multi-camera shoots. They're very difficult. They take a lot more time to edit. I don't know if you get the bang for the buck out of it. You may, I don't know. I watch Quantron a lot, and Paul, let me know if you watch Quantron. But he has a cooking one, and his is sloppy, and he uses one camera, and the angles aren't good, but he's so entertaining, you're going to want to watch him. So I think that's more important than having all these camera angles pop up. Love this training today, gang. When is next live? It'll either be Friday or Saturday or both. I'm still trying to get information from you guys. Which day do you want? Do you want Friday? Do you want Saturday? And you can post it in the chat section now. You can put it in the comments section if you aren't watching this live. Do you want Friday? Do you want Saturday? Do you want both? Which is more convenient? I'm going to do it at 10 a.m. just so you know. So you got to look at your schedule to say what's going to work for me. What's going to work better for me? And then, like I say, I will be live either Friday, Saturday, or both. Guys, I really appreciate you being here. You guys are awesome. You really are. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. And you can promote your stuff in here. If you're trying to promote your channel, put it in the chat section. What I would do is put a little blurb about what it is. Okay, there it goes. I'm getting some response now. Zia Electrical Friday. Okay, so he says Friday or she says Friday. I don't know if you're he or she. Put your name in there. Let us get to know you as a human being too. Put your name in there, guys. Some of you, your channel is your name. Saturday is Farmers Market Day here. Okay, so you want to do Friday too. So I've got a couple votes for Friday, so I may be doing Friday. We'll see here. Friday seems popular. So anyhow, put who you are in here. Introduce yourself. Put in here what you do. I mean, you may do, I don't know, like my wife does dog training. She may say, hey, my name's Jessica and I do dog training. And somebody may go, oh my gosh, I'm having a problem with my dog right now. Let me check out this lady. Because now they know you and they want to deal with people they know. So anytime you're out here posting, guys, put in there what you do. People want to know. Dune McDonald, him. Good to meet you, Dune. And where are you from? Also, put in there where you're from. We want to know everything about you. The more people know about you and your business, the more likely they are to deal with you. A lot of people know my backstory. They know I started off selling cell phone cases online. They know I own a survival food company. They know I have courses on Facebook and drop shipping and all these different things. They know that stuff. And the more they know about that, the more likely they are to participate. Thoughts about getting together in Texas? I'm definitely going to do it, Paul. It's probably going to be in Austin. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be in Austin. I'm trying to decide how and what. And I don't want it to just be a get together. I want it to be something where we exchange a lot of ideas and you guys can leave with something that is going to make you money. So I'm thinking more about, you coming and getting a completed process of something you can do. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, Paul, and what you need. South African living in the UK. I know a lot of people from South Africa, a lot of people living in the UK. We have a lot of people from the UK on this channel too. Very cool. Good to get to know you. Let's see. Okay. Tampa would be cool too. Would allow for a mastermind get together and you could hook up with your daughter. See, Paul knows where my daughter is. How cool is that? How cool is it that he knows my family, right? And where's my son, Paul? Let's see how good you are at this. Where is my son? Where does he live? Okay, guys, I'm getting ready to wrap this up. I'm waiting for Paul's reply on where does my son live? That's the question of the day. How many of you out there know where my son lives? Put it in the chat section, put it in the comment section. And if you know his name, that's a bonus point. You'll get 2 stars. I will give you 2 stars for that. 1 for knowing where he lives and 2 for knowing his name. Okay, so put that in there. You're so close. You're so close. All right, let me see here. Let me pop this in here. Paul says Cincinnati or Cleveland. Okay, I'll give you a hint. He works at a place and it starts with the first name of the city. He works at a place and it starts with the first name of the city. What place does he work at? And I'll give you another hint. It's a medical facility. He works at a medical facility and it starts with the first name of the city. Where could that be? See if you can figure that one out. Okay. Some of you are just getting to know me and I understand you wouldn't know, what I'm talking about. But that's the hint. So if you want to figure it out, and I'm going to give you the answer before we end today. And I'm a little bit over. Oh, I'm 7 minutes over. Goodness gracious. That's just horrendous, right? So what is that place? Do we know that place? Have we figured out that place? I'm sorry, my dog just ran by. I have all these picture windows in my office here. My dog just went zooming by there, I think. I saw a shadow. Maybe it was a squirrel. We have a lot of squirrels out there too. My dog's little, so she kind of doesn't show up. Guys, come on. Where does my son live? What's his name? 1 star for where he lives, 2 stars if you know his name. Let's see. Paul doesn't know the answer because he's asking about something else. By the way, how is your son dealing with his health? He is incredible. He is in great shape. As a matter of fact, I will show you if I can here. He sent me his latest picture because he got back in shape. He went through some medical issues, and I'll put his picture up here so you guys can see him. There he is. That's my little boy. He's about 6'5", 240 pounds. So that's my little boy right there. That was the picture he sent me the other day. So there you go, Paul. Does he look like he's back in shape? I think he does. I think he does. He's getting ready to do some competitions, these physique competition things he does. But I guess I got to give you the answer. You guys don't know the answer. You don't know. You don't know where he's at or what his name is. His name is Patrick, in case you're wondering. And he works out at the Cleveland Clinic in Cleveland, Ohio. He is in the ICU, intensive care for heart-lung transplants. So that's where he's at. He has a little bit of a high-pressure job. Mine's easy. I sit at this desk and just talk to you wonderful people and get good feedback from you. And I've gone over today. Man, I apologize if I've gone too long for you today, but you guys were so much fun. You had so much good input. You had so many good questions. I got to meet new people. Dune there, good to meet you, buddy. And I want to thank everybody for being here. Let's all meet up again Friday. I'll go ahead and call it Friday now. So Friday at 10 a.m. If you have subject matter that you want me to cover, let me know and I'll cover that subject matter. Otherwise, I'll just pick something out of the air and we'll talk about it. Something that's going to help you guys out. Hey guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so very much. If you haven't given me a thumbs up, please do so. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. Don't forget to ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live or if I upload a video. Paul says, dang, you see the resemblance but he looks badass. You know, he looks it, but he's the sweetest, kindest, nicest guy in the world. You are just ruggedly handsome. Yeah, I've gotten old, Paul. But yeah, my son is a very kind, nice person. He's not a badass at all. He's just a really nice person. Very kind, sweet. He's one of those guys who will have a patient and he's in the ICU unit, and the patient will get a little bit better and they'll go up to some room and they leave his unit. And when he gets off his shift, he'll go to the room and go check on them to see how they're doing. He's a pretty amazing person. Very proud of him. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget, ring the bell, buttons, subscribe buttons, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Those things really help me. They help the distribution of this channel. And guys, I really appreciate you. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you as Paul wants, as Dune wants on Friday. Talk to you then. Where's the button? The end. I'm looking for the end button. I found it. There it is. There's